Good morning everybody, and welcome back to the far eastern fells here in the Lake District. This morning I'm at the top of Tarn Crag, and as you can see we've got a beautiful temperature inversion. It's about 6:15 in the morning and I've been here for about 15 minutes. The sunrise was at 5:30, so I was about half an hour after the sun had risen. And I've been here for about 15 minutes and I've just been shooting the conditions here. And I find that when you get conditions like this, a lot of the rules just go out of the window and I go completely on instinct. So I've just been trying to capture this amazing scene as best I can. So from here on Tarn Crag, you can just make out a couple of other peaks. We have Grey Crag and we have Harrop Pike, and they're about the same sort of height. Grey Crag is a Wainwright summit and Harrop Pike isn't for some reason, but they're very close together. And right in front we've got the cloud inversion, or the temperature inversion, filling the valley between us with mist and cloud. And there's not a breath of wind up here today. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very different conditions to the last time I was out up in the far eastern fells, when I went up Hartsop Dodd, and it was absolutely howling a gale. And conditions were lovely, but I couldn't film. It was just too windy. I didn't feel safe leaving the camera on the tripod, and you wouldn't have been able to hear me speaking to the microphone anyway. But I got some nice shots. I had about just 5 minutes of light, but it was lovely, and I managed to get a couple of nice shots then. But yeah, this morning, very different indeed. Very peaceful. I'm almost whispering this morning. As I look to the south, I'm actually looking down the long Sledal Valley that I drove up to get here, and it's just a thick layer of cloud. You can't see anything. For as far as the eye can see, from where I am looking south, you can just see these clouds, this temperature inversion. Absolutely awe-inspiring, I guess, in many ways. I do feel very lucky at times to be up in the fells and to be able to see this. Incredible, absolutely incredible. The mist, or the cloud, has now lifted from the valley that separated me from Grey Crag. And so what I'm going to do now is head up to the summit of Tarn Crag, which is only 100 metres or so away. And I'm going to see if I can't get some more shots looking south, because there's still plenty of that cloud inversion left in the valley below. Really wasn't expecting this. This is an old survey tower that's kind of left over from when they were building the reservoirs around here. Just over yonder is the Haweswater Reservoir, and these survey towers were used in their construction. And there's one here, and then there's a one bit further down, an area called Great Howe, which I'm hoping to call in at on the way back down again. But this is a lovely shot. This is a very me shot. You've got the survey tower. We've got this lovely little pool of water that's very still. And if you come around the other side, you can actually get a shot of the tower reflecting in that little pool. But also the light is behind you, so you have to be very careful with your shadow. But from here, you've got this headland. And so you've got the survey tower, the pool, the cloud inversion, and this other hill behind it. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, a real me kind of shot. It looks absolutely incredible from up here. It's absolutely fantastic. The cloud inversion extends as far as the eye can see, and it's just this blanket of these kind of marshmallowy type clouds. Absolutely fabulous. You can't see where it ends. So I'm just trying to get a few shots of that. I'm trying to capture that feeling of infinity, if you like. But I'm trying to include something in the image to give it some idea of the land that surrounds it. I don't have an awful lot in that direction, but I do have something immediately in front of me. So I'm trying a few different shots. One of the compositions that I'm trying is just to run the horizon across the upper third, and then try and include this bit that juts out is in as pleasing a way as I possibly can. And that's just trying to fit that into the frame so it kind of looks okay. But I might actually cut the foreground out completely and just focus in on that bit of spit of land that's sticking out. As you can see, that cloud has now come and swept over the top of Tarn Crag, and I can't see a thing, so I've come back up to this tower. Back where I was, there was nothing to photograph because I literally couldn't see anything. There was nothing to create a photograph of. So yeah, back up to the tower and trying to capture it in this really atmospheric mist. And it's still quite bright because above us is clear blue skies. So it's still relatively bright. Yeah, but absolutely incredible conditions. I've never really known anything quite like this before. I think the temperature inversions are reasonably easy to predict. What you're looking for is a couple of days of cold, damp weather followed by a day at least of warm, clear weather. And what happens is that when the sky's clear, you get warm air on top, and that traps the cooler air in the valleys below, and that's where the clouds then form. So the last couple of days we've had very wet, very cold weather, and then today, Thursday, it's cleared. So if you see conditions like that, and you see a forecast that looks a bit like that, then the best thing you can do is make plans to get up on the hills so that you get above the clouds. I think I'm done up here on Tarn Crag. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to very carefully make my way down to Great Howe, and there should be another one of those pillars down there. So we'll take my time getting down there, going ever so carefully, constantly checking my location, and see if we can't find something else to shoot a bit further down. Right, so I've made it down as far as Great Howe, and there's a fantastic view here of the long Sledal Valley, and you can also see the Gates Garth pass that I took to get up to Tarn Crag. And you can also see the cloud that I've had to navigate my way back down through. And I got to Great Howe with very little problems at all. Absolutely fantastic. So now I'm going to go and have a look for those observation pillars, survey pillars, sorry. There's a couple around here, and I think there's one over in that direction. Excellent, so I found the first of the two pillars, and it's here on the side of Great Howe, and there's a lovely little view off into the distance of the long Sledal Valley. So I'm going to grab a few shots of this one, and then I'm going to head off in search of the second pillar. Well, I found it, but if I was being brutally honest, I have to say that I don't think there's a shot here. At least I can't see one. But anyway, sometimes the best thing that we can do is to put our cameras away, just sit back and enjoy the view. And so, until next week, cheerio.